right, so let's start with what do we expect from this session. So this is the outline that we have. Just like I said, that we may or may not be able to go through the, yeah, we will do some demo session, but we will start from like, we already talked about why Salesforce. There are a lot of pros. Number one, just like you all talked about, is there are options for remote, or there are options to, for us to learn even with no IT background sometimes, because Salesforce does provide tools that is very much we can learn on our own. It's very interesting, especially, a lot of times we see tools that we learn, they're pretty boring, reading documentations and trying to understand. It's very hands-on. They introduced a gamification approach to it, where you learn as well as if you are playing, and they actually call that environment where you work a playground. So again, something that helps you basically stay relevant and stay in competition. So that's also, one of the really plus why a lot of times we are able to learn without, a lot of help from outside. Okay, if I go here, so what is Salesforce? So just like, somebody said, it's a customer relationship management tool, CRM. Now, what is CRM exactly? That's what, we want to know. Like, what do you mean by CRM? So let's say, give an example. Any company, anybody wants to any business, somebody wants to say something? Yeah, so?
I can share, like, in our masjids, we don't use Salesforce, they use another CRM, but they track like all the members of the masjid,
Okay.
how much donation each person made, what programs each person is part of. So
Exactly.
that they can see like in one page how they're doing.
Absolutely. So let's say a school. So what do the school needs as a customer relationship? Who are their customers? Students, right? So they need the information about students, their grades, their addresses, their phone numbers. Again, if it's a nonprofit stuff, then donations, right? Fees, all those things. That's a school that might need from a CRM. Any other business? Hospitals. What customer data does hospital need? Patients, medicines, locations, insurances, a lot, right? Car dealership. What do they need? The cars that they have, inventory, what's coming, what's going, what's sold, the prices, right? Their customers, their phone numbers. Banking industry, what do they need? So the point here is that everybody is using a customer relationship tool, but in a different way. It's not the same way like a hospital uses, but they all can use Salesforce. So a Salesforce that a school uses will be completely different than how a hospital uses, or a bank uses, or a car manufacturing company uses. But basically, that's the information that, in short, it's basically Excel sheet that has all the information, but it's basically a lot more automated, a lot more options available. Any questions so far?
Is there a team that work in Salesforce, or is it just one person job? Like running an Excel sheet can be a one person job.
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll come to roles.
Okay.
Yes, just in a second, I'm going to come to roles. Okay, so that's understandable, right? Like what is basically how a Salesforce basically is used. How is it important? Why is it important, right? For any company.
So you to say it's customizable based on, the company.
Based on the company.
Based on the product.
I think that's part of your job. Customize the portal that they're using to attract new customers. That's one of the job duties of an administrator.
Okay, so this is more focused as using as an admin, right? Not on the other side, as using as the product can be used, right? People working like the developers would be using it, like what was I saying? The operations team might be using it.
So if we divide or look at the roles that a company has, for example, if I'm in a team, 5 people are admins, but the other 5 are sales operations. They send in the data that they have collected using as the market values and everything. And being the admins, we are the ones who are cleaning up the data, uploading it to the platform, analyzing that data, putting the reports and dashboards. So we work as a part of a bigger team, and that team might have people from marketing, they could have people from operations, they could have people from development team. We sort of work as a liaison as a bridge between all these people.
So you're working at the back.
Yeah, and I think we will come to the slide which will answer this question more. So if I can go back here, which includes the different products that now Salesforce has. Now, just like we talked about different types of companies, then all those companies need like different products. Like, for example, if Samsung is using Salesforce, they need sales, plus they need something called services, because people are going to call, oh, my fridge is not working. Okay, or, where's my delivery? So they will have those, services as well. Plus, they might need to market their stuff. You know, the automated emails that you receive all the time, sometimes they're not that wanted. So they come from basically marketing team. You know, they create what we call journeys. So somebody purchased something, they have your email address, and now they know when to contact you. So that's their marketing. Commerce, same thing. So most common ones that we want you to just be familiar with right now is sales, services, and marketing. The other tools that you see here, a lot of time them are like for advanced, like for example, Data Cloud. Data Cloud collects data from every single source. Like for example, you as a person, right? You went to Nike store and you basically bought a pair of shoes from there and you gave your card information there. You also looked their website before you leave for the store and you saw them, right? You also signed up for their email address, gave your email address and you signed up for promotion, okay? Now, how does somebody know that you are the same person who went to the store and you also went and signed up with your email address and that was the same card that you are the one who was using that card? This is the data that Data Cloud collects. They basically concile the profiles to create one unique profile. But again, just like I said, this is something for advanced users, not for Salesforce admin. So just to give you, Tableau again is something that will create dashboards for you and do some analytic work for you, right? And yeah, so on and so forth. So, but just to get back to that, the main ones that an admin or somebody who is starting to learn Salesforce uses is Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. There's some others which are, I think,
We do have education cloud.
Education cloud, not profit.
We have community cloud for
Yeah.
non-profits. So there are many, depends on the type of data that you're working.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll just come to the roles now. So let's say, you know, a company is about to thinking to buy Salesforce and they want to use it. So first thing, they have absolutely no clue. What is Salesforce? Okay, how I'm gonna do that? Right now, I'm maintaining everything on my Excel sheets. What do I do? So what they do is they go and check for third-party companies that can help them implement Salesforce for them. Those third parties are called Salesforce consultants. So the Salesforce consultant comes to you, they ask for your requirements that, okay, what do you want? What company? Whether if you are a flower shop, then they will ask you, okay, what information do you need? What do you keep? Can you show us your Excel sheets? What are you keeping? And then they will basically change the entire Salesforce for you, customize it for you. If you are a bank, same thing, you know, you ask a Salesforce consulting company to come to you, they will meet a bunch of people in your company and they will ask you, okay, what information exactly do you need? And they will start building Salesforce for you. Now, these Salesforce consulting company have a bunch of different people working. They have an architect who oversees everything from the top level because, you know, your company might be using a lot of different things along with Salesforce. You might be using Azure. You might be using MuleSoft. You might be using MailChimp. So how do everything talk to each other? That's what the architect decides or basically takes care of. You don't want to break anything, right? Okay, then we have project managers. They're going to do, okay, what's the timeline? How much time are we going to take? Who's going to work on what? Then we have actual developers who are going to actually do the, write the code for you, whatever the requirement is. Then we have configuration consultants. They're going to do more like, not the coding, but, you know, create simple objects, simple fields. They're going to do like, you know, point and click stuff for them. Then we have business analysts. What they do is they get the requirements, they document it so everybody else can work on it. So that's basically you have, and I think I talked about a bunch of those people right here, right, which are on the slide. Okay, so these are basically different roles that you can take up when you know Salesforce. Once you have done that work, okay, the Salesforce is completely implemented, that company is happy, okay, we have it. You also trained their users, now it's time to leave. The consult company basically does all the implementation for you, and then they say, hey, there you go, that's your Salesforce, we're done. Now, who manages Salesforce there now? The consult company has left, that's the job of an admin. Smaller companies have only one admin. The larger firms have a team of admins and they take up different tasks, you know, okay. And they can also do simple requirements because, you know, software products, if you see like, you know, you have apps on your phone, right? Every other month, there's an update on that app, right? Things never remain the same. You know, your Facebook keeps on changing. Now this option was here, now it went somewhere else. Same thing with Salesforce, you know, requests keep coming. Oh, we want this as well. Can you create that report as well? We need this object again now. So that's also something that admin can do if it's like a config task. But yeah, if it is more complicated task, then sometimes companies have developers on board as well that do the stuff for them. Okay, so that's mostly, I think I talked about the more common roles in Salesforce. One I have here is a marketer. Salesforce Marketing Cloud is a very different beast. So a lot of times the Salesforce marketing consultants are very different from regular Salesforce consultants. So yeah, so these are different things. Any questions? Yes.
I'm currently working as a product owner. So I wanted to understand what is the overlap between my current role and if I was to take up anything from here,
Mhm.
so is there any overlap or are they totally different? But I did hear that you also have a product owner certification and you're
Mhm.
also a Salesforce consultant.
Mhm.
So there has to be some connection like with regards to the
Yes. So a product owner can be technology, like, they can be like acoustic, like they can have, they don't have to be very specific to certain technology, but you actually can be a Salesforce product owner. So the previous company that I used to work with, they had product owners for different, what we call objects in Salesforce. So like, for example, I have we call accounts and contacts. This person is the product owner for whenever some change comes. So basically what a product owner is, they are the ones requesting change from the eventual stakeholders. So let's say, you have managers and they want some change happening. The person in the middle between the developer and that stakeholder is the product owner. And that work can be done in Salesforce domain as well. Somebody who is kind of, you say, more overlapping is a business analyst, which, it's right here. Mostly business analysts and product owners work hand in hand. They write the requirement, they create user stories, and they should be able to explain to the developers that what exactly is the ask. And then they take back to stakeholders to say, okay, yeah, that's, so yeah, when you're working in agile environment, product owners are very much relevant.
I'd like to add, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
So you said you have like a product, right? So with the Salesforce, not as an admin, but you will be using the dashboards, the Salesforce dashboards, which will be customized and which you can use it for your team. Okay, so with a product owner, like I'm sure you do have many of the developers or any of the teammates who will, so it will be customized to your particular team, and that dashboard for the Salesforce will be used. So that will be used, but not as an admin, but as just
As a
using the
user.
tool. Yeah, you'll be just using the tool.
If I may add something, as a product owner, you're managing Salesforce BAs
Mhm.
would be working on this platform. Salesforce is just a
tool, yeah.
because my boss, my immediate manager is a product owner.
Yeah.
So you would have a bunch of Salesforce admins. So, but it helps to check the stories that I wrote in Jira. He needs to know what Salesforce is.
Exactly.
That's how it's just a tool. So it will help you.
Okay, I will, any other questions? Anything? Okay, what is Salesforce? Yes, no. It's just the knowledge. Yeah, Nadia, go ahead. Yeah. So what I try to do is like, really go down to very basic level for everybody to understand. Of course, it gets very complicated, a lot of coding involved sometimes, a lot of automation involved, but to a very, very basic terms, that's all it is. Keeping the data. That's all it is. Rabia, you want to come over and go through this? You don't want to connect it here? Okay, but I'm recording here.
It's working now.
It's working. Yeah, we can do that then here. Okay.
Because
There
I
you go.
have to log in with my email and my password is saved over there.
You don't want to create one here from LCIC.Salesforce? We can create a totally new trailhead from there.
Oh, but how will I show them how to? I sort of do it with them, the trailhead.
Yeah, let's do it. We can do it from here.
Maybe you want to do it with the LCIC account?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable with Mac machines, honestly.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Windows is easier.
Okay. Yeah, the only problem is I was recording. That's why I want that to be recorded as well. That's why I'm saying that
Let
we're
me
going to do
try
it from
this
here.
then. Okay.
So let's see if Trailhead is working. Okay, if you
It's
can,
working.
it's working.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see.
So, yeah, let's try it. And this, if I get confused, I'll just ask you.
Yeah. All right. So I want everybody to open their laptops. Let's start creating this account. Why is it not going?
Oh, I'll go
It's-
from here. Let's just go from
You can use the mouse.
railhead.salesforce.com. You do not need notebooks for Salesforce. Turn them. I mean, you don't need notebooks. Use a laptop and notepad. Sorry, change it. That ship has sailed. It's low. Okay. All of you need to go to trailhead.salesforce.com and I'll show you how to create a Trailhead account and then we can start the learning journey from there on your laptop.
Yes.
Okay.
It says train is offline for schedule.
Oh, refresh it. It's working on this laptop now.
Here also it says
Where?
banner on top.
Oh no, it will still work.
Oh,
Mhm. So if I click on this, get started for free. Okay. Trailhead.salesforce.com. I'm gonna go back to the main page so that everyone is. So this is the website, is it? How do I make it bigger in this machine? Control plus. Oops, sorry. Sorry, I'm not good with Mac. Okay, so it's trailhead.salesforce.com. If you guys, yes,
the slides we sent you.
yes, we'll make a Google Classroom and we'll share it there. So the slides will be there. Everyone on this page? .salesforce.com.
Then we're just gonna click on get started for free. If everyone is here, I can go. Okay. Okay, is everyone on this page? And I clicked on get started for free, and I'm just gonna click on continue with Google. That's where it's gonna ask for your Google Gmail username and password. And I think Salesforce LCIC I should use, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask for that. United States, Texas,
You're going too fast. No, you're good. Very good.
the state, select the state and the country, and it's gonna. So it's gonna ask you your first name and last name. Select your first name and last name, whatever professionally you use. Don't go for, I mean, what you see here, it's the,
We can use our real names, right?
Nadia Rahim, for example. Yeah, you should use your real names because when you create Trailblazer account and you get badges and go forward with that, your certification gets attached to your Trailblazer profile. And that way you should have your professional name, and we'll go to that later on, but you should have your real name there.
So whenever you're on your resume, so like if you have 100 badges, you can show that off that I have 100 badges. So we'll continue with that.
I mean, you could select a role name as administrator, it doesn't really matter. I would go with customer and company name LCIC, really. I mean, you don't have to say LCIC, it's Last Colonist Islamic Center. So just say ABC. That's good. Yeah. So I'm going to click on complete my sign up.
What's the relationship?
Yes, customer. And it gets you to this page. I don't think this is working. Take this off so that I can go around the book. Oh. Okay, since everyone is on this page, right? We're going to search for example, Salesforce admin beginner, sorry. I'm going to show you what it means, admin beginner. So how these resources are online are that it's like an ebook, and it will take you topic by topic and step by step. For example, if I go into Salesforce platform basics, it's starting from the beginning, what Salesforce is. After each session, it's going to have either a challenge or a quiz for you. And that's how you get, badges and points, and that's how you build your profile. And for these, you have to read through this. It's just introducing you with everything. Me, I'm not good with reading. So normally I just YouTube the topics and I see how instructors are showing these things there. So, and I start with the question mostly, which should not be the right approach, but I'm just telling you the options. If you have issues reading all the theory, you can always read the question first and then go back to the information and read it. That way you know what they're asking you, and that way you know what to look for.
That's the strategy we teach our students for STAR testing.
I taught my son there. Okay. So I'm not going to do this challenge with you. I'm just showing you how to sign up and everything. After this, we're going to try to make a developer account in Salesforce so that I can show you what objects are, what an interface looks like in Salesforce. Right now, this is your learning interface. It will take you step by step to the topics. The playgrounds that you see here, they're mini sandboxes for you. What I normally do, I create a playground and I would just name it something that I can remember. So these are notebooks. If you have a math notebook and an English notebook, if you're trying to do configuration in a math one and you try to resolve that challenge in the English one, it will give you an error. So you need to keep track which, she does that. You need to keep track which sandbox you're working in. So I would just go with admin beginner so that you remember that, okay, this is the sandbox that I'm working on. And all you have to do in the beginning, yeah, it is recorded. All you have to do in the beginning is you learn to follow instructions. Very first thing, all these information that you see, the challenge that you see, first thing that you need to do, it might look easy, but you need to learn how to navigate between objects, what they're asking in the challenge, and you need to learn how to follow instructions to the dot. So if they're saying the field label should be loan amount, you cannot change it to loan amounts. It's not going to let you go forward to the next level. This is something that you can navigate when you get home today, but I will send this link for the admin beginner. It's part of this. Let me see this slides as well. Let me go to the last one. So I've added these slides. These are the links. The very first link that you see is the one that I was on right now, the admin beginner one. When you finish this, you go to the intermediate one, and then the last one is the certification prep one. It takes you back to the topics that you need to learn for the exam. We'll come to that later on, but I kept these here so that you can refer to them later on when we send you these slides. Okay. I will share these in Google Classroom as well as WhatsApp. Let's try to make a developer account for you to show you what. So you're going to go to developer.salesforce.com.
You can open a separate tab and type developer.salesforce.com.
And that way we can see the interface.
For the admin role as well, we just need to know what's going on the developer side. Or
This is just a name. It's like a sandbox that we use. Yeah. It's just a free trial for us to whatever we learn, we can make projects on it and learn. I normally just use Trailhead, but this is helpful. I thought we'll have one more resource to practice and create buttons and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to click, if everyone is on this page, okay, I'm going to go to browse trials and I'm going to select the developer one, developer edition. Okay. How do I make this font? Is it big enough for you guys? Okay, it's big enough for you guys. I'm going to stop here till you guys get to this page. And this is where you're going to use your credentials. Make sure developer console, you're using this tool.
I don't want
Yeah, yeah.
email address, actual email address there.
But they know, but no, Sister Misva, they should use their original email address because they're going to send the password reset on that email address. Oh, yeah, don't use it for the, let me see.
I get stuck there.
Oh, yeah. LCIC.
So just don't use @gmail.com, just use the name.
It's going to be random in the form of an email. Gee.
That's fine. You just have to
What's
follow
that
the-
email? Salesforce.
Exactly what advertiser username because it is taken.
LCIC.
I want to use it for some official purpose, then that username will not be available. Because right now you're just testing, right? You're not really doing it. So it's just a. You can always discontinue.
Anything that you can remember because that's what you're going to use to log into it. Email, yes, original email, but username should be a random user. Like for you, you can write uruj@abc.com. It's just going to be in the form of an email, but not an actual email.
So this is, you're talking about the company, right? That's what I'm gonna write.
Company is just the name of any company. I wrote LCIC, you can see ABC, doesn't matter. But I'm going to go to the username. 750. Yeah, you can if you want. So for username, I'm going to do, like for example, I'm going to do salesforce@lcic.com. So I'm going to use this to log into this. I'm going to stop here till everyone is. And then when you sign up here, you're going to send me an email on this email.
Okay, let me do that here. I think, let's see. So here's what I'm doing. I typed first name, you write your own first name there, then type your last name. Then your actual email address goes in email. Role, select administrator. Company, select anything, any name is fine. Country. Anything is fine, yeah. It's gonna still give you the same org. It's just the data that, again, it's a CRM, so it keeps the data. So whatever your data is. Okay, and then I selected this as my username, which is salesforce@lcic.com.sandbox. Again, the username can be your unique username. It has to be in this format of a email address, but doesn't has to be your actual email address because username has to be unique. The email address doesn't have to be unique. Okay, I'll just repeat. Username has to be unique. The email address doesn't have to be unique. You can have 500 developer orgs under one email address. It's just that your developer org is going to expire in 30 days.
Okay, so we can create a new.
You can create a new one. Okay. Basically, the reason why we have developer org is anybody to test something. So let's say I'm working for a company and I have to create this app for them. But before I do it in their environment, let me test it in my own personal environment. So that's why you have those developer orgs. I'll do sign me up right here. Okay, so let's get back. Can I have attention, please? Sorry. Okay, can we get back here where we were? We started with Salesforce Platform Basics. Okay, coming back to the trailhead where we came to Salesforce Platform Basic. Everybody has that tab open? Can you open the tab?
How are you going to that?
So remember we created an account on Trailhead, okay? There you go. That's your account on Trailhead. Got it? In the top bar, which says search Trailhead, type Salesforce admin. Beginner. Okay. Salesforce admin beginner. So basically, yeah, you go into this trail, which is called admin beginner. I can, and then the first module you see is the Salesforce platform basics. Everybody got that? Salesforce platform basics. Let's click on the first one, which says get started with Salesforce platform. Everybody with me? Okay. This one, let's go all the way down. We are not really completing the challenge right now because first we want to show you around just to get you comfortable with the platform. Okay. So let's go all the way down and click launch. The blue button which says launch. Do you see this screen when you launch or you see some other screen? Some other screen. Okay. If you see some other screen, which is not this screen, click on these nine dots, and start typing sales. And you will find this. Okay. Okay. Now a little overview of what this is. So basically that's usually how a home screen is going to look like, but this is highly customizable. And that's exactly what, admins or consultants do. They change the screen for people. Like, for example, your manager wants to see, here it says quarterly performance. They want to see some other dashboard here, sales in last month. They want to see that dashboard. I'm just saying. They want their events and task right here on this corner. They want this something else. Like this is like very, very customizable. You can change things around here. You can even put a text right there in front for people to see. Okay. So basically, if you are an admin of a company, okay, let me go back. What is basically, we just talked about, we created an account on Trailhead, right? What is Trailhead? What is Trailhead doing for you? Trailhead is basically telling you to role play. You play yourself as a Salesforce admin of a company, and they have created some fake companies. They've also created names for those companies. I think Cloud something, there's Dream something. I think that's a house buying company, I guess, something like this. So like there are different companies and you are basically admin of that company. So as soon as you log in to this playground, now this is your company and that's your Salesforce and you are the one who's the admin. Now, and you have a bunch of users. Whatever they request, you do it for them. Okay. So that is what a playground is. Now you consider yourself an admin, and this is actually how Salesforce looks like when you work for actual companies. So this is the thing which is, unique about Salesforce, that it gives you a demo org where you can, again, role play yourself as an admin and do hands-on actual work that admins and consultants do. So let's say, yes, Nazia.
So in case of when you mentioned like an actual company, the scenario would be like, I know it will be on a large scale. So do we still be using the Trailhead over there as well, or they have a different enterprise version?
No. Yes, no. The answer is no. Trailhead and Playgrounds is only for your practice, only for your learning. Your company will purchase their own licenses of their own org, and they will actually, if you notice, like there's a funny names on your URL. What name did you get? I got Wise Moose. What did you get? Anybody? They're like funny names, right? So they give funny names, but that's not what, Samsung.com. It's going to be the Samsung's CRM, Samsung.salesforce.com. It's going to be Honda.salesforce.com. It's going to be their Salesforce org. And trust me, you don't even want to make changes to their actual Salesforce org. You get something which is called sandbox. And even as an admin, no matter how experienced you are, you first make changes into their sandboxes. And then you basically move this when it's tested. So yeah, so to answer, no, this is not what we use. Okay, this is just for us to do whatever we want. Sure.
It's more like the admin makes the configuration changes and then it goes to the tester and then it would be going live in the live.
Yeah, it depends who makes the changes, but yeah, you're right. Admin has a lot of tasks. Admin can create users. That can be done in prod, right? Admin, somebody's not able to, oh, I forgot my password. I'm not able to log in. Oh, my website is not working. That problem is also admin is going to solve for people. Manager wants a report. Okay, admin is going to do this. Then there could be more configuration. So the thing that you're talking about is the configuration changes that are done in the lower environment, and then they are transferred. But like creating users, of course, you need a user in the real environment, not the practice one, right? So yeah, so admin has this job plus a lot of other stuff as well. Okay, got it? So everybody here on this page? Okay. Okay, so now I know it's a lot here, okay? The first thing that I did was when I clicked on these 9 dots and I selected sales. So Salesforce provides different things which are called apps. Just like you have apps on your phone, you have apps in Salesforce, and different apps can have different collection of information. So let's say, here we have the sales app. Now, what information do we have in sales app? The things that you see right here after home, opportunities, leads, tasks, these are called objects. Okay, these are called objects. So there are some standard objects that come with Salesforce. There are some that are, very native of Salesforce. Salesforce basically created that thing, which example is opportunities and leads. This is a Salesforce thing. Okay, so and we'll learn what do they actually mean. But if you can see here, opportunities, leads, tasks, files, accounts, contact, these are all called objects. Okay. Now, what is accounts? Just like we talked about different companies, like for example, Samsung is doing business with which companies? Let's go to accounts. Everybody click on accounts. Now you click on this arrow button, small arrow button right here, and you click on all accounts. Now here are these bunch of accounts that my company is doing business with, and I have their information saved right here. Now the information I see right here, this thing, it's called my list view. It's called list view. List view will give you the most important things I need about that account. So let's say I'm doing business with Burlington Textiles. That's one of my major clients that I work with, okay? So where is it? It's based in North Carolina. That's the phone number. This, what type is it? We can also change that. Whatever information we need here, we can actually customize that. Let's click on Burlington Textiles now. Okay, and next, click on details. Okay, again, we started with the object, which is accounts. And, okay, one more thing that I probably wanted to tell you. When we clicked on all accounts, whatever we see here, these are the clients. These are the accounts that we do business with. This is all called records in Salesforce language. It's called records. So right now we know 2 terminologies: objects, records. Okay, so there are objects, and inside objects there are records. Let's click on this record, which is Burlington Textile, and go to its details. All these things you see here now, that's the information about that account that I need. What is the account number? What is its website? What are the phone numbers I need to reach out? How many employees it has? How much is the annual revenue? So whenever I need that information, I get it right here. Now, what are these things called? The type, the rating, the phone. These are called fields. Okay, so again, now we have 3 things: objects, records, and fields. Okay, so that's something you're going to do it over and over again. Okay, and again, these can be customized. We can change this around. We can create different fields. We can create objects. We can even relate objects to one another. So I have this company. Who works in that company? I want to know, right? That comes here in related. If you click on related, you'll find contact. If you notice, contact is right here. It's another object. So that means the account and contacts are related to each other. It's actually called a child object. Okay, that's another concept.
How do you know which one is parent and which one is child?
You define that.
Okay.
So for account and contact, Salesforce defines it for you. But let's say you want to create a student and its grades. Student is the parent, its grade is a child object, right? So yeah, so there are different kind of relationships, that again, it's going to come slightly later, okay? So right now we're just trying to understand them, but there are different types of relationships that are one-to-one, one-to-many, master detail. There's another one. Yeah, I'm forgetting names. Old age problems. Relationships, master detail, and lookup, exactly. Okay, so now coming back to this, my account, I have relationship with, which is called a contact. I have this one person, Jack Rogers, that works for this company. So if I want to do business with that company, for example, which is called Burlington, I want to know, do I know somebody in that company? Then I look at my Salesforce. And as soon as I look at my Salesforce, I see, oh yeah, I know Jack right here. I click on Jack. I go to his details, and I found Jack's phone number right here. Got it? So that's how we relate. So again, these are different things that we will be customizing for different types of companies, okay? Another thing, which is, just like I said, is very, very Salesforce proprietary, which are called leads and opportunities. So let's say you went to you were Samsung employee, right? And you went to a trade fair and you just said hi to somebody that, hey, yeah, I want to know more about your products. Like, okay, can I have your email? And you just give your email. What happens at that time? You become a lead for that company. So lead is when you first time make a connection to a prospect client. Okay. Lead is somebody in Salesforce terminology. Lead is somebody who you first time made a connection. No business has been decided yet. You don't know whether it's going to convert into a business or not. You just said hello, hi. That's it. Okay. So that is your lead. You can actually go to leads and check. Instead of recently viewed, I'm going to do all open leads. So let's see. I have this first lead as Bertha Boxer here. Let's click on that. So now what Salesforce does it, okay, this is a lead, but once I start connecting with that lead, once I start connecting with Bertha, now I know, okay, yeah, looks like Bertha is really interested in my products. Let's add Bertha as a contact. Okay, so now I decide, okay, I should have Bertha as my contact instead of lead. So basically, Bertha will become from lead to an actual contact. So how do we do this? We convert. Here's the convert button if you see right here, which means that now we might be doing business with Bertha. If I click on convert button and you can do that, it gives you different options. Do you want to create a new account? You want to create a new opportunity? And I'm going to come to what opportunity is. And contact, of course, you want to create a new contact. You can do convert right here.
We're converting to contact, right?
We are converting to, now basically, if we had one lead, but one lead record is converted into 3 separate like records. One contact, one account, and one opportunity. Now let's go to leads.
Why didn't it give us the option to select? Maybe I just want to convert to a contact.
It does. It does. Yeah, I did not do it, but it does. Okay. Let's go back to leads and let's do all leads. Where's Bertha? Not there. Bertha has been converted into a contact. We no longer have Bertha as a lead. Okay. Let's go to contacts. There you go. Now, what was the company name for Bertha? It was Farmers Corp. Let's find in accounts. Do we have anything? There you go. Now we have this one as a new account. Okay. Now, when you know that, okay, now I'm talking to Bertha and there might be some opportunity, means a business opportunity. What do I want to give the name to that? What kind of business is that? How much do you think it is? How much time is going to take to close that opportunity? All that thing goes right here in opportunities. So you guys all who were like working with me, just created a new opportunity, which was this one. I didn't name this. I just, just converted this. But if you click here and go to details, there. So that's all different things that you can add to this opportunity. Okay, I'm talking to Bertha about this new business deal. This is the expected revenue. This is the amount. I mean, this is the stage right now. Another thing that it gives is Salesforce defines those stages for you. So, okay, just right now, it's just a prospecting stage, initial stage. All the way it can go to, now I'm really talking about coding, pricing. Now it's negotiation, review. And now it's closed. It could be closed one, closed because closed, lost. We didn't get it. Okay. So yeah, so that's something that is very native to Salesforce, and a lot of companies do make a lot of use of opportunities. Any questions?
Is this the journey thing that you were talking about, like each step?
At that time, no, that was Marketing Cloud. That was different. These are stages. These are opportunity stages, and these are also customized. You can actually have your own stages, whatever your company is. You can change those. Okay. All right. Any other questions on that?
Where's all the information coming to me from? Like, where am I getting the information to make all these changes?
Your users are entering this information. So let's see, just like I said, I gave you an example. You met Bertha somewhere. So what you did, you entered Bertha's information. When you took like somebody, like you went to some place, okay, and you showed interest in one of the product and they asked you to fill out a form. Where does that go? When you filled out, you gave your email address and phone number, whether it was on a website or it was on an actual place. What do they do with that? That's what they do. They create a lead in your name. Especially when you see, like, for example, you go to any website and you say, join our mailing list, and you enter your email address there. Here's that information comes. So if the Salesforce is running in the backend, it's going to create a lead for you right here. Okay. And of course, users, they actually enter information as well there. So if like they are seeing there's a new opportunity, they're going to create an opportunity here. A lot of times users, sometimes business management, like whoever is basically using, whoever you're trained to use them, they're going to use this. Okay. Anything else? All right. So Rabia, let me know, do we want to have a task for the first one? Yes. So let's go. Okay. Let's go back here. You did launch, but let's read this. This first thing, which is right here, which says getting started with Salesforce platform. We will give you 15 minutes. Read this and do the first one. Okay, I'll give you 15 minutes and I'm going to do it right here. And if you're not able to do it, you can do it with me. Cool? Okay, so you go to your starter, I think, app. Playground starter. install a package. And the package ID I copied, I'm going to paste it right here. And then I do install.
Where do we get the installing package?
You go here and basically you click on these 9 dots and you write down playground starter. Okay, and the second tab says install a package. Got it? And when you do this, you're going to see this screen. You can do install for all users. There's just you anyway, so that's fine.
So what I did is over there, you would have the ID of the first.
So the reason for this is that they have created some packages for you. Just like I said, that you role play yourself as an admin of some company. So this is the name of that company, Dream House, which is a real estate company. So you imagine yourself as an admin of this real estate company. So they have some pre-packaged stuff that they told you to install. So you actually see that, in real time. Okay, I can go ahead and follow the steps. If somebody wants to do that here. Somebody wants to come over and do that? Create the field? Anybody? Volunteer? Come on.
I may need help with the machine, but I don't know.
Go ahead. Okay, click on here. Yes. Okay, those who are not able to do it, you can now see here. It's being done right here on your screens.
You go on the Object Manager tab and then click on Contact. Click on Fields and Relationships. Click on New. And for the challenge, we had to select the data type currency. Is everyone following? Click Next. For the field label, we had to set this as loan amount. The field name would be loan_amount. Click Next.
Can you pause right there?
Sure. Loan amount, and then the field name is going to show as loan_amount. If you click on the field name, yeah, just click. No, a label was loan amount. Field label was loan amount. I'll go to the previous, like here. Click Next. No need to do anything here. Click Next. And then save. So now the field has been created. We can go back and check if the field has actually been, if it really appears within the contact object. So we'll search Dream House. Go on Contacts. Click on a contact. Go on the details. And here we should be able to see this field loan amount here. So that means it has been created. And then now if you are to click on the challenge thing, it's going to verify that the field has been created. The trailhead page, on the are you able to find the page where you can go to these 9 dots? Yeah, so click on the 9 dots. If you search Dreambox. Okay, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is to verify that the field has been created or not.
I think there's a slight problem here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let me see. Where is it?
The field loan amount, like it has been created.
Sorry, I thought you wanted to show the thing. Okay,
No,
nice.
it's
That's perfect.
yes.
That's perfect. Okay.